I'm Dr. Steve Grinstead, author of the book Freedom from Suffering, A Journey of Hope, and someone living with my own chronic pain for the past 30 years. Today, I want to talk about the importance of making peace with your pain to obtain effective chronic pain management and your own freedom from suffering. I know for me how important this was in the early years. When I was first injured, I was mad. I was upset at my pain. I was always fighting my pain, and I was afraid of my pain. And I kept struggling and fighting for a long time. It took a few years. Part of what I was dealing with was unresolved grief and loss for the quality of life that I'd lost after the injury. What I needed to learn early on was that as long as I was fighting my pain, I was really fighting myself. And I had to learn the difference between pain and suffering. And for me, how I educate people about that today is pain is a signal that tells us something's wrong. We need pain. If we didn't have pain, we could be in big trouble because we could injure ourselves, not know it, and end up really hurting ourselves bad or even dying. So we need pain. So we have different types of pain though. We have pain that goes from the point of contact injury or where the trigger is up into the brain, up into the thalamus. And there that pain signal gets routed to the frontal lobes and we have a cognitive or thinking response. And then it goes back to the limbic system, the primitive brain, and we have an emotional response. For some people, this can be the difference between, ouch, this hurts, and, oh my God, this is horrible, awful, and terrible. I had a patient in with me today that I was explaining that this is the amplifier circuit. And that's good news, bad news. The bad news is that many people turn their amplifier way up and never learn how to turn it down. This in turn raises the physical distress or level of perception of the physical pain. So we need to learn how to turn the volume down. So we need to be working on the psychological, emotional components of pain in order to obtain that freedom from suffering. And there is hope here. That's why I wrote the book. There's a lot of hope for people to be free of this unnecessary pain and suffering. While it's unrealistic to think that I'll ever be totally pain-free, I haven't suffered with my pain for 28 years, and nor do I plan to start doing so in the future. And I believe that freedom from suffering is everyone's right, but it's also their responsibility. Be responsible. Learn as much as you can about your pain and what constitutes effective chronic pain management to achieve your freedom from suffering. Thank you.